to go out now, but if you stand again, I'll lord you out. Make your mind up. And then shut up and get out.
3 minutes ago, Britain's political ground didn't just shake, it cracked. A ruling landed like a hammer in the middle of Westminster, and the name at the centre of it was the Prime Minister himself, Keir Starmer. One moment he was the man holding the keys to number 10, the next the story exploded across every newsroom, every phone screen, every whispered corridor. Within hours, no, within minutes, social media erupted, the cabinet splintered into panic, and the country stared at one question like a flashing red warning sign. Who is really in charge of Britain tonight? Because this wasn't a routine scandal. This was the kind of constitutional shock that turns allies into strangers, turns silence into suspicion, and turns a government into a collapsing building, while people are still inside. It began with a single line that hit the wires and left even hardened political editors frozen. Not a leak, not a rumour, not an insider says. A formal decision, delivered with cold authority and framed as something Britain has not had to face in modern times. The words expelled and Prime Minister do not belong in the same sentence in a stable democracy, yet there they were sitting together like a match beside petrol. Phones rang across Westminster so fast the switchboards couldn't cope. Advisers ran, not walked. MPs who normally fight like gladiators suddenly looked like frightened commuters trapped on a train with no driver. And outside the Palace of Westminster, the mood shifted from gossip to dread, because when the legal system collides with the executive, it doesn't just create headlines, it creates a crisis of power. The first reaction inside government was denial, sharp and desperate. A spokesperson tried to calm the nation with the language of procedure, of due process and next steps.
Britain woke up tonight to the sound of its own foundations cracking as a single ruling tore through Westminster like a lightning strike, instantly transforming the Prime Minister from the man in charge into the man at the centre of a national emergency. Phones rang, advisers ran, ministers contradicted each other live on air, and within minutes the country was gripped by a chilling question no one could answer. Who is actually in control right now? This was not scandal or gossip but a raw collision between law and power, one that exposed how fragile authority becomes the moment legitimacy is questioned. As crowds gathered without organizers, markets hesitated, allies demanded reassurance, and rivals watched in silence. Whispers of secret meetings, ignored warnings, and unseen pressure spread faster than official statements, while the king was urgently briefed, not to intervene, but to steady a nation suddenly unsure whether justice had triumphed or democracy had been quietly sidelined. Inside the ruling party, unity collapsed into suspicion, contingency plans replaced loyalty, and silence from the top only deepened the sense of controlled demolition, leaving the public split between those calling it accountability and those calling it a lawful coup, both united by one truth: trust had been shattered. And now, as Britain hangs in the dangerous space between shock and consequence, the crisis is no longer about one man's fall but about whether power in this country answers to the people or to forces that move fastest when the public is most confused.